Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another great week of Twisted Transitions. I appreciate you guys coming through and checking me out this evening. I first want to apologize for last week. I don't think my energy and everything was right last week, but we're back on it. We're back to talk about some good stuff and hopefully give you guys good quality information because I've got some great stuff to be able to tell you and go over and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you guys coming back and stuff from last time. If you could just give me a heads up in the chat, just let me know that everything is working good. You can hear me good. I changed a couple of the settings and everything through Ecamm, and now I'm able to broadcast to, I believe it's 3 channels now, and soon it will be on Instagram too. So right now we're broadcasting on my regular channel on YouTube, Twisted Transitions page, and we're on DJ JayBook on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow along, or if you needed a different platform, if one of your apps is not working so you can see, you can definitely check us out on those platforms for the repeat, or you can look at it live each week. So this is the test of that. Hopefully it goes well. It looks like it's going well so far. I don't see anything that's happening and stuff as far as the numbers and stuff go, which is a good sign. So hopefully we're good and stuff with that. Tired of all these little glitches, man. I'm not a computer guy. I mean, I just am not. I don't deal with a lot of computers, but doing a lot of this stuff for live streams and doing gig logs and doing all that just makes you go to a whole different level. So I'm learning and stuff still. I'm still trying to make sure that I process all this and get all this good. But I really appreciate you guys coming by each week. So first of all, thank you in the chat. I see in the chat everything looks and sounds good, so that is great. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I hope, like I said, I just get the energy and stuff right now, doggone it. All right, so first thing we want to chat about and stuff today, wanted to tell you guys about an upcoming gig and stuff that I have. This is going to be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I have my first sporting event gig. I'm going to be at a local high school. This is just a picture of a random high school I just brought up just for the stream. But this is, I'm going to be playing music for the boys and the girls varsity teams games tomorrow. And super pumped to go ahead and do that. You know, add something to the repertoire that I've never done before. So I was just, really hoping to get this one right. I've been working pretty good all day. Trying to get it. I figured it didn't need more than a day's, worth of input or music download as far as what I already had. But I just want to make sure that I keep the music and stuff, A plus, and keep it pretty clean and stuff because we are dealing with kids and parents and things like that. And I don't know if I want to be able to get it to where I'm invited out every single year, but it would be nice to be able to do something different. Maybe this could lead to my ultimate goal, which is to one day rock an NBA game. So I need practice on that, and what better way to do that than a local high school who reached out to me because of a high school dance that I did last year. So I definitely appreciate them reaching out to me, and hopefully tomorrow is going to be pretty good. Now they're going to have me behind the backboard. So if you look on this image and stuff here, if you see right up there where the basketball goal is in the middle, right where I think it says Spartans down there at the baseline, they're going to kind of have me in a space like that, but on this side, and it's a little bit bigger in that area, but I'm a little nervous because I'm kind of like right where the action and stuff is going to be. The only other space would have been closed, would have been pretty much cutting off an exit door. So we couldn't do it there, but it was nice to be able to just go in and check things out and stuff ahead of time. So that is tomorrow, and that should be lots and lots of fun. Now, next up, I wanted to talk about the new Pioneer speakers that recently came out. I've been seeing these things everywhere. I have never, ever dealt with a Pioneer speaker. I have no idea what these guys sound like, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the local Guitar Center may have these available to check out, and I kind of want to go check them out just to see what they sound like. I mean, they look like their subs would be really really good, just based on the cabinet and everything. And I'm not sure about their tops, but I definitely am interested in seeing what these guys can do, because I think this is the first time, other than car speakers, this is probably the first time that I've seen Pioneer come out with some DJ speakers or some PA speakers and things like that. Me personally, I've never seen it. If you guys have, please let me know in the chat if you have done so. But if you guys have heard these, let me know what you guys think about them. If you're watching this on repeat, leave that down in the comments below so I get to see. It's crazy. So let me do just a quick room check before I keep going here. I see a lot of people saying what's up, and I don't want to overlook you. Mike Lawan, what's going on? Steve, is that Steve Chacon Weddings? What's happening? DJ Romeo, great faithful viewer. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Darnell DeBerry, I'm assuming that's how that says. And I don't know what this is on here. This other little thing, I don't know what they have on here, but it is what it is. It's coming from Twitch, I guess. That's what happens when you put your channel out there. But anyway, yeah, if you guys have heard these, definitely check them out if you haven't at your local Guitar Center, and just see what they sound like. I don't know if this will be the next wave of speakers as far as the brand and everything goes, but I guess they're worth a listen, because Pioneer makes everything else great. I mean, they make in deck car decks and stuff like that, fantastic. They make our mixers. They make tons of mixers. They make CDJs. They make so many good products. So definitely check it out and see what's up with those, and make sure that those actually are a good sounding system. But it looks pretty good. I saw that. I wanted to definitely speak on it while I had the opportunity to. And while we're in the mood of talking about equipment, let me just tell you. Now, I just brought this picture up because I found this picture, so don't think that this is stuff I have. I've some of this equipment I've never seen before. But, it is time to start cleaning out the closet and stuff, guys. It's time to start. So I'm going to reach out to the homie Rick Webb, and I'm going to create a way for me to put all of my, because I don't want to go through eBay. eBay is just like an up and down nightmare thing. But Rick Webb has a really good way of creating like a link that you can go into. See, I can put all of my used equipment and stuff on there. You can buy it, and then I can just ship it out to you. It's just easy that way. So I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to pick his brain, figure out a way to be able to do that, and I'm going to put some stuff up for sale, because I am just overwhelmed with equipment that I bought and stuff in the past, and I just need to move on and stuff from it. I want to be able to really organize, my equipment that I currently have and stuff now. So I want to be able to do that, and in order to do that, I've got to get rid of some of the old. So I need for you guys to be on the lookout for when I put that up, so that you guys can take a look at it and buy what you need. I pretty much kept everything in pretty good condition. There are some things that are a little rough, a little worn for wear. I mean, everybody has equipment that's just going through the rigor, so you guys know. But I will not sell anything that is broken. May have a broken handle, but maybe an easy fix with a couple of screws. Who knows? But yes, I do have to move on from a good bit of equipment. So definitely be on the lookout, because I will be selling that. If you do not follow me on Instagram, please make sure you do so that you are able to be a part of those when I put that up, because that's going to be my main advertisement, because I'm going to use that link. So I'm going to be setting that up here, hopefully for the month of February, so get ready for that. I am glad that it is Black History Month, so that we can start getting some really, really good stuff in, and recognizing some of the African Americans that have done some great stuff in our industry and just in general, and just big them up. So just be on the lookout for that. I just want to let you guys know that I will be selling equipment, and I'm thoroughly going to go through my equipment as much as possible and put all the good stuff that I think you guys are willing to buy, not some of the stuff that's on here. I couldn't put anything that looks like that on there. Um, Let me get a drink here. Joyful Sound Entertainment, what's happening? All right. Next up on the list, let's talk about inquiries. Now, lately, guys, I have been getting some very weird inquiries. Weird, weird. I don't want to say weird as in bad, but weird as in I've never really seen some of the things that these guys ask for. Let me give you an example. Some people want that are requesting me out of state, and they're requesting me to do park weddings. Now, when I say park weddings, I mean literally in an open park. Like, I've had two of these and stuff in the month of July, and I've never ever been asked to do that. I don't know how I would keep steady power long enough to be able to run that, because the only parks and stuff we have here, I'm not sure if there's really power any place that you would even consider getting married at. The next thing is like the wedding only has like 20 to 30 people, and it makes me curious because 20 to 30 people, like, isn't that majority in like your backyard or just someplace small? Like, I'm not sure. I don't do a lot of events that have, this amount of people. I mean, the smallest amount that I still consider small is about 75 to 100. I consider that like a small wedding. When you have 25 to 30 people, that's more like a gathering. And that may be, it could be the best function ever, or it could be the worst function ever. But I've gotten at least three inquiries on those, to be able to do those. So, I mean, I send out my normal brochure because I'm not going to change the pricing based on the amount of people that you have at the event. It's going to be based on the effort that I have to put in to make your day wonderful. So, prices are still the same. And I don't know if I'm going to get any of those booked. Out of the three, I haven't gotten any of them booked and stuff yet. They've looked at it, and I think maybe they had one idea in mind, and I may have been on a whole another idea. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if they are going to book with me, but if they will, I'm kind of curious to see, what kind of party or function that's going to actually turn out to be. Now, I looked and saw that the homie, Eric Massengale, he put up this on DJ Ideas Sharing, and I thought it was pretty funny. He said, anyone else thinking 2023 is going to be a third consecutive record year for the wedding industry? And I thought about this, and one of the vendors here that are here locally with me, they said that they think that maybe this is the last year that people are catching up from COVID. So with COVID, everybody kind of got pushed back for their wedding. If your wedding was scheduled for 2020, you pushed it to 2021. If you were 2021 already booked, then you stayed there. But if you were looking to book in 2021, you couldn't until 2022, and so forth, so forth. And so, like, this is the last year for like the massive, uh, move of brides and grooms and stuff like that who are just trying to play, full out catch up and maybe catch it up past then. So, he was saying you probably want to get ready for, a downslide, but look at the leads that he got in 38 days. I mean, it was a 403% swing, and he's got 580. Now he's a multi op and stuff, so he advertises all over the place. He's going to use stuff like the Knot. He's going to do stuff like bridal shows, Wedding Wire, and all those great places, and he's going to get leads like this. But even though he's a multi op, I would never get that many leads, but I still get a pretty hefty amount of leads and stuff. So I'm curious if he might not be on to something here, if 2023 is not just going to be a full year, because right now, like I told you guys in the past, my February is pretty busy. My February, this is starting this week with tomorrow. I have, this will make one of 5 gigs that I have in the month of February, and then March has about 5, and then April has a gazillion, and then May slows down a little bit. I only have 2 booked for May, but a couple of inquiries on that month. June's gone. It's it's actually just it's booming and stuff right now. And then I've gotten some October's. September is pretty much almost booked, and November and some December. So it's an interesting time and stuff right now, and I'm thinking he may have been on to something. So definitely in your areas, let me know in the comments or even in the comments down below whether or not you guys are experiencing just like a more of an influx of brides and people who just need a DJ coming at you and stuff like maybe this month and next month. Because usually this is the time to really book. This is the time that most folks book. And kudos to all the wedding vendors who watch this, because I found out there was a couple. But kudos to the wedding vendors who watch this, because those guys actually push us or push me, push whoever to be able to get these brides to go ahead and book and inquire and stuff from us, because I'm sure they're receiving like an influx of clients and stuff as well, and inquiries and stuff like that. But I mean, big shout out to Eric, man. Eric, he kills it, man. He wants me to switch over to that. I think it's something planner. He does this particular planner, but I don't know if I'm going to switch over to that. I'm kind of content where I'm at the moment, but I'm sure he'll message me about that later. Let me check back in the chat and see. You guys are pretty much all over the thing, all over the place with this thing here. Let's see. Rob Smile, what's happening? Rob Smile, I did a wedding during COVID lockdown, limited to 50 people. It was a banger, one of the best. Interesting. Anybody else experience anything like that? Because I'm telling you, they're little to none and stuff here. I don't have good luck with smaller crowds like that. Like, you get a few people, but not a whole lot of people. Kino Charlie, I just DJ'd a wedding in a house with about 30 people. It was small, fun, and easy, but you are right. Prices don't change. That's right. Just letting you know. Yesterday's prices are today's prices. We don't go back to that changing based on the function. Let me check out a couple more. How good are you about following up? I slack off. I'm bad with that. Okay, I am very good, LaJuan. I use Honeybook, and I stay on my brides. Sometimes a little too much, just because I've always felt like this. I don't know if you guys come across this, but I've always felt like this. If you inquire about me DJing DJing your event, and let me bring it back to the big screen. We'll come back to the other screen. If you inquire about me DJing your event, and I reach right back out to you, like no problem, and I'm like on it. Every time you send something, I'm right back to you. Why would you ghost me? When it's time to, when I'm just like, so what do you have any questions, anything that I could do? Why would you ghost me then? I've never understood that. I've never really understood why brides and clients ghost you if they're the ones that reached out to you. Just say, hey, it looks like you're overpriced for me. You're not in my budget. Blah, blah, blah. Give me a courtesy. Oh, thanks for all the info. I think we're just going to go another route. Cool. I'm good with that. But don't just not say nothing. It just kills me. But yeah, Mike LaJuan, I'm on it. I'm pretty much on it. I stay on top of all that stuff. And I'm pretty good at it. I probably need to hire somebody to be able to run that, not gonna lie, because it is quite overwhelming at sometimes. But I'm pretty good at it though. Like I think I had about 3 or 4 people that I had to talk to and stuff today, and I always make notes and stuff in Honeybook to send me task reminders or reminders to follow up, and so I stay pretty on top of that stuff. So yeah, I do. Let's see who else we got here. Look at Solstice. What's up, Solstice? I just watched one of your videos and stuff recently, man. There was one that kind of came across my YouTube feed, and you were doing I can't remember what you were doing. You were doing something. But it was, your production is just, it's insane, man. Ain't no way that dude has 589 leads. Well, I don't know, man. You got to talk to Eric about that. He says he does. I mean, you being in Cali, you probably know. Maybe total clicks. I don't know how Google tracks actual leads. Hey, I'm not gonna knock the man. The man says he has 589 leads. We're just gonna let it roll like that. Who knows? A lot of people could be saying that to him. Trevor Owens, a good DJ is more than worth it, and you seem to be one of the best. Oh man, Trevor, man, I really appreciate that, bro. Man, you didn't have to say that. I really appreciate that. Because sometimes our services go overlooked. I'm just trying to pull this down a little bit, put this in the center. There we go. All right, let's get back to it. All right, Lou Primo. It's hard to get a crowd of 50 people dancing. That DJ did a great job. I'm telling you, bro, it really is hard to get. I know a lot of you guys say that it's pretty easy, or those will be the great ones. I have had, of course, more luck with larger crowds than, of course, I would have with any small crowd, especially if the small crowd picks a big venue, which I'll never understand. That if you only have 20 or 30 people that are going to be there, why would you pick a venue where the dance floor is massive? That's silly. That's silly. It's almost silly to have me out there, but I still come out there and play for some money. Let's see what else we got here. I got ghosted more in this industry than I do in tend. Oh my gosh, Solstice, PG, bro. We're trying to keep it. Well, you know what? We're going to go to PG-13 soon, so let's keep it flowing. Can you change the font color to display comments to purple? It's difficult to see. Yeah, I could do that. Probably won't do it right now, but probably for next show I'll do it. I'll try to put it to yellow or white, so it's easy to see. It's even hard for me to see. Maybe if I put my arm out like this, you can see it. That might help you right there, Charlie. Now you can see it. Joyful Sound Entertainment, man, I feel the same way. That drives me nuts. Yeah, I agree. Stay tuned for this weekend, breaking out the Dual 21s and bro. Why do you always have new equipment, bro? Like at some point during the year, it's time to just kind of sit stuff down and and just evaluate what needs to be sold. Bro, you always have something new. It's ridiculous. Lou Primo, clients are idiots. I send them an email starting the proposal and get back to clients costs money, and I would rather deal with clients that are engaging. I mean, look, we all do. We all do. Here you go. We all do. I can't say that they're idiots and stuff like that because we don't know what's going on in their life. And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt because I know that I'm busy, but I also know that even in my busy times, I make a schedule to try to make sure that I speak to people, at least say something. So, I do find it kind of frustrating that you can't take, 2 seconds out of your day and do it, but some people can't. Some people are just that busy. Some people have tons of things that they're trying to do, and getting back to their DJ is just not top priority. I'm starting to realize that, but it doesn't take from the fact that it hurts my nerves. Kid Cupid, what's going on, man? In the house, appreciate you. You got the alert. Oh, that's good. I'm sorry it came late. Appreciate you coming through and stuff, bro. All right, looks like I caught up with all the questions now. All right, let me go back to some other clips and stuff here. So that was just about inquiries. Let me know how you guys handle those and stuff, man, because some of those things, man, they're just, woo. I don't know how I'm going to get past, taking care of some of these guys and stuff with lower amounts of people or just asking for some ridiculous stuff. I'm not really a park guy. First of all, I already don't like to do events and stuff outside. So having to do an event and everything outside is already pretty aggravating. So let me see here. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about, and I brought this up and stuff on here. I just found this image because my stuff is not done yet. But one of the other things that I did this week was to work on merchandise. Now, this is not merchandise really to sell as of yet, but I wanted to take a poll on tonight's show just to see what you guys thought about something here. So basically, I'm just getting some new apparel and stuff for my business. Just getting some button ups and some t-shirts and some polo shirts for the outsides, and different type of functions, and for staff that comes and helps me and things like that. I'm working on that. I started that process again this week. I just didn't have enough stuff, and so now I'm just going to go ahead and make an investment into that and get that knocked out. But while I was there, I saw all these different brands and stuff. I actually saw a guy who does a podcast, and he's getting t-shirts and stuff made. So I wanted to know if I got some t-shirts that have, like, just it just kind of references like the book club or something like that, but it's like the logo of the book club and it says it on there. Would you guys want to be able to purchase that, or is it just cool just to see it, or would you be interested in if I did sell that as, like, just some merch and stuff that's on the channel? Let me know in the comments and stuff down below, because I already consider you guys the book club, but you don't you don't have to buy the merch, you don't have to do any of that stuff. But it just was an idea that I thought about. I'm like one of the only ones left that hasn't done any merchandise, and I think that if I wear that stuff and show it to you guys, you may be interested in stuff in it. So I was gonna get a prototype made once my other gear and stuff is done, and kind of tackle that. And I just brought this up because I am going to have some beanies made. I'm not going to really do towels and stuff like that, but I'm going to have beanies and stuff made that say the book club, and then t-shirts that say the book club, and things like that. Maybe a couple sayings here and there. But just let me know what you guys think. If you're watching this back, let me know in the chat what you guys think. And like I said, it's just just an idea. I may do a couple things, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. Kino Charlie, how large of a crowd would you say 2 QSC K12s and 2 QSC Ks? That'll handle at least 100 to 200 easily in one space. I think that will work. Kid Cupid, man, I want one. Count me in, big tall. Appreciate that. People would buy it. Trust me. It's a good way to spread the word about your brand. All right, appreciate that. I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to get a prototype. Of course, I will air it and stuff on the live stream, as well as I will start promoting this stuff on the channel. As far as, yeah, I can do it on the channel because I can put it as like something you can purchase or a link purchase and stuff down below in the comments. So I'll do that and see how that works. All right, last thing I want to talk about is next week's guest. I am super excited. We are going to have the man, Mr. Silver Knight, in the house next week. I will remind you guys and stuff on my social media platforms. I've already created some advertisement flyers and stuff for him. But if you will join us next week, we will have one of the great DJs. I've got some great content to show you guys from him. And, he's doing some amazing things on Twitch. And I'm actually a fan of his and stuff, man. So the fact that he said yes to be able to do the gig. See, I'm thinking ahead on something else. The fact that he agreed to do the show, that's just amazing. So I'm thinking we're going to have a good time and stuff with a nice chat and stuff next week. But that'll be next Thursday. We'll do that. We'll have him on the show. And, I just think that that's going to be a great show. So make sure you set your reminders so that you can get an alert when we do come on, because I'm going to have some great questions for him. This guy has been in the, when I say music industry, like music industry, he has met some pretty impressive people by just DJing. So I definitely want to get him on here and let him share some of his experiences with you guys and with me, because I'll be sitting there listening, just like you guys will be, because I'm a fan of stuff of his. So we will see him next week, and it will be fantastic to have him on the show and stuff, man. So anyway, we're going to bring that back to the fold here, and I'm going back to the QSCs this week. for the setup for the tomorrow's gig. So I know a lot of you guys asked me and stuff in the comments and everything down below. When are you going to go back to the QSCs, or what happened to them? Did you sell them? Nope. They are going to come out for events just like what's about to happen tomorrow. So stay tuned. I also have a great idea how I'm going to start trying to capture some content and stuff without having a helper, because guys, believe it or not, in my area it is so tough to get somebody to actually help you record for you. They just get some great content of you while you're also getting content for your channel. So it is definitely a challenge, but I am up to it, and I am going to I think I've figured it out. I'm going to try a couple things, see how you guys like it, see how you respond to it, and we're going to move forward from there. All right, so we have reached a certain point. We're at 30 minutes of stuff in. I've got, about 30 minutes left and stuff today for you guys to ask me some questions. So please feel free to ask any questions and stuff you would like in the comment section here today, or you can ask me in the comments below if you're watching this on repeat. But now is the time for you to ask those, and I'll answer those the best of my ability. So feel free to ask away. Oh, and thank you to all the people who are saying that merchandise will be great. I'm definitely going to try that now. Definitely going to try that. All right, let's see here. Maybe I need to drag this over. Let's drag this over a little bit. See, there's just no easy way to do this stuff, man. No easy way. See, I guess if I keep it in my black shirt, you should be able to see it better. Hopefully that helps. All right, John Collin. QSC is my system for 6 years now. Yeah, John, I don't know if you just started watching the channel or what, but I use the reason I had to make the comment that I did is because I've been using QSC pretty much the bulk majority of my DJ career, and then over the last 2 years I've switched over to the LD Maui 44 G2s, which have been absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's why I'm just making that statement and stuff from there. But QSC, I love them. I'm going to enjoy bringing them out and stuff tomorrow and setting them up, because I just haven't in quite some time. So it'll be good to be able to do that. All right, Kino Charlie, how tall are your trusses that you put your lights and stuff on? Those are 6 feet. Yeah, because I'm a little taller than them. Am I? No, they're a little bit taller than me. So maybe they're 6.5. Maybe like 6'4". They're like 6 feet 4 inches, something like that. Funny story. Trust me, when you're looking at adjustable totems and stuff like that, you've got to either read the fine print, or, what I'm always looking for is to make sure that they're going to send me 2 instead of 1, because I've been burned by that before. I'm thinking I'm paying for 2 and I only get 1, and that was my mistake for not looking. And now I keep making a mistake on height. For some reason, I wanted the 8-foot totems because I was going to do 8 and a 6. Just to kind of keep the symmetrics, like, it was going to kind of go up, level out, and then go back down, and it was going to kind of be like a U over the top of me. And when I purchased the second go round of them, I purchased the 6. I pretty much ended up with 4 of the 6-foot towers, and it was my bad, and it was my fault. But I would really like to get the 8s, but I'm not going to do that this year because I have more pressing things that I have to purchase first thing at the beginning of the year. So I'll put those on the back burner and stuff for now, and still have some pretty incredible setups. So it's all good. I noticed your logs that you went back to Serato 2.0 stems giving you issues. Okay, now Romeo, you have to realize that those logs and stuff were from last year, so I didn't get stems until December. So some of those gigs are not, I hadn't gotten stems yet. So the one that I was working on and I was going to try to put out today, but I'm having some issues trying to edit and stuff like that. But you'll see it's the first go round with stems. So I've only had one gig under stem. Well, I don't want to say that. I've had 2 gigs with stems now. So I'm going the upcoming videos. You should see stems and everything on there. But yeah, that's just because of the fact that those gigs were before stems came out, and I did not use the beta version in a live setting. I'm just leery like that. So it is what it is. Good questions though. You guys are so observant. It's almost like you listen to everything I say. Book, tell us how you started in the business. Well, John, this is no secret. I started in the business because I went with a fellow DJ to an event, and I already love music, and he was DJing on the weekends. I told him I could do this. He trained me for about 2 years, threw me my own gig, and from that point, I just kind of learned music that I wasn't accustomed to hearing. And I just kind of took off from there. So, I've been in for about 14 to 15 years now. So it's been quite some time, and it's only getting better because, Lord, from when I started then to where I'm at now, light years. So hopefully that answers your question. Kino Charlie, how many people do you think your LD can handle? Well, I've actually tested this theory. The LD system handled 300 kids for a prom last year. No problem. When I say no problem, like I was in a museum that had a long hallway and it was pretty wide. And the kids were saying that they could hear it outside on the way in. And it was already packed. And they were saying they could hear it, the music clearly and stuff on the outside. So it can handle 300. I mean, it's got 10 speakers on a full tower, and then 2 huge subs and stuff at the bottom. So we're going to use that same system again for these kids this year, and I just want to give them a great light show. So I've been working on my Wolf Mix light controller so that because I've learned it so much more now. Now I can program the moving heads and things like that a lot better. So you should be able to see better light shows from me. And I was hoping to record this first function that I had with that light show, but the one that I have that's going to come out is going to be a decent one, and then the ones after that are just going to get better and better. So stay tuned for some great light shows. Not maybe as much as Solstice puts out, because this fool uses freaking lasers and stuff, man. Who in the chat? Let me know if you use lasers at your weddings, man. This guy's the only guy I know who uses lasers. But yeah, big shouts out to Solstice, man. I always love giving you a hard time. Adjustable totems suck. Well, that just depends on who you ask. I will tell you that they are definitely more fragile than the regular truss, but I can transport an adjustable totem much better than I can a regular truss. Will I switch over? That's still debatable. We'll see. It's not in the cards right now, but I may do it. I hate just traveling with the thing in the base and stuff like that, but if these adjustable truss keep breaking like they do, because all it takes is just for one bend the wrong way, and all that plastic stuff that they have all breaks, and it's a nightmare. That's what happened to my first two. So he's partially right. All right, let's see what else we got. Lou Primo, I still think the DDJ SX2 is still one of the best controllers ever made. I like the 1000 SRT, but miss my DDJ SX2. Well, if you will give me this month right here, I have a DDJ SX2 that I am going to be selling. It's my old one. I wouldn't go back to it. I'm definitely going to sell it. It's just been in a box and stuff now since I got the 1000 SRT. So I will be selling that soon. So if you are interested, please stay connected with me on Instagram and be on the lookout for my links to be able to do that. And we will chat about getting that sold to you, bro. If you want to go back to that, totally up to you. I'm just looking to move stuff. But I will tell you one thing: I don't miss the small platters. So I mean, with these hands like this, I'm definitely gonna need the bigger platters. Can't do those small platters anymore. That's just not gonna work for me. And that makes perfect sense. DJ Banks, hey DJ JayBook, did you ever lose motivation to DJ? Yes, I did. I lost motivation to DJ right before I started my YouTube channel, and it was very interesting. I had two jobs and stuff by then, so I was working at a tax office and I was DJing and stuff on the weekend. And while I was in the tax office, it's super boring and stuff in the tax office because a lot of people are not going to come up and stuff in there. So I was watching, for some reason, I was watching YouTube. I think because you can't really get anything else. So I was watching YouTube. And believe it or not, I don't know what I was looking up. Like maybe, I don't think I was looking up anything DJ related, but I was looking up something. And DJ Rick Webb's video came across um, my feed. And so I clicked on him and he was saying a lot of the same stuff that I already know. And I'm like, wait, this guy has a channel and he says all the same stuff that I say. And so I started watching him, and then another buddy put me on to another guy who just comes up all over his screen, and it ended up being DJ Bar. And so from that point on, I was like, okay, so maybe this can be a new aspect. It's like to show what you can do and put it on YouTube and do like that. So that actually re-energized me and has re-energized me since then. It's opened so many new possibilities because you know your skills are on display. I mean, you can't hide from the camera. When you put what you put out is what people are going to see, and it has given me gigs. It has given me opportunities. It's what some vendors use to be able to say, if you would like to see what this guy can do, trust me, he is great. And they send him a video of mine. Literally, they go to my channel and send him a video. So it's been great. So yeah, I have lost my motivation and stuff before, but YouTube kind of gave it back to me. Kino Charlie, how do you handle situations with possible rain when DJing outside? I know you usually have cover, but water can still possibly get in it. I've actually been in multiple versions of this. I did a couple of gig. I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 gig logs ago. I did one where it rained and we were under a tent. And what I'm going to have to start doing is I'm going to have to start telling the coordinators of the event. I'm going to have to tell them like a week out or maybe even day of that when we're doing an outside event, a lot of these clients like to put dance floors and stuff down. They're going to have to give me at least 4 feet of space long ways. So if the tent is wider this way, they're going to have to give me at least 4 feet of space this way, if not even more. I'm just going to go up. I'm just going to say 6 feet just to make sure. Somebody else is going to have to be uncomfortable because I can't be uncomfortable. I'm the one person who cannot be uncomfortable. So somebody else is going to have to be uncomfortable. And I don't think it's a high demand if I'm supposed to be running the whole reception. I'm a huge part of that, and it looks bad on me if something happens to my equipment and somebody has to pay. So I think giving me 6 feet of space is not really asking for too much. So give me 6 by 8. At least give me a 6 by 8 foot section that I could use. And we're just going to go from there. So, to answer your question before, I just used to suck it up and just figure out the best way I can. But I can't do that anymore, man. I got too much money invested in this equipment. And so somebody is going to have to help me. They're just going to have to help. And I think the coordinator should be a great person to turn to be able to get that job done. So hopefully that helped you out there. DJ, what's this, Fath? DJ Fath? I still miss your college gigs. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day. I don't do many of those college gigs, and those were the ones that usually let me let loose and stuff while I'm DJing. But let me just tell you guys something. What I don't miss is I don't miss the beer and the alcohol and the people falling and the scare of my equipment. I don't miss any of that. I don't miss any because I got enough of that with some of these weddings. I've got enough of that with some weddings and stuff, so I don't miss the drunkenness and stuff of those kids. But it is nice to be able to let loose with some music and stuff sometimes. But now my outlet needs to be in a different format. So when I feel like I need to release something, I need to put it in a mix and stuff somewhere. So we'll just do that. Hey, you've been a long time follower though. If you remember those college gigs, I haven't done a college gig log in probably 3 years, maybe even longer. It might have been 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years ago. Let's see. Follow up. Will you use extra subs with the Maui? I mean, I thought about adding some more subs, but I don't know. I don't know how well the subs that I have will go along with the Maui's because maybe that might be a good idea. I don't know. For some of these larger school proms that I have this year, I might use additional subs. I may bring them. I mean, my trailer's gonna be looking at me sideways for all that extra weight I'm gonna put in that thing. But yeah, maybe I may take the QSCs and add them to them. I mean, it ain't huge stump, but I mean it's something. I don't think I'll buy anything to add subs to it because I'm just content with the subs I got now. John Collin, I have been at this for 49 years. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You've been DJing longer than I have been alive. That's nuts. That is nuts. The key is never stop learning and embracing tech and music trends. I totally agree. I'm going to leave this up on the screen just for a second because this is so important and stuff as you go along with DJing. This is why a lot of the old head DJs can still DJ in this new era, is because they do embrace a lot of the change, even though a lot of stuff went digital and they're accustomed to a lot of like vinyl and things like that and stereo sound instead of digital sound. So this is why I can still do a college party if I needed to and still do a sophisticated wedding at the same time. It just gives me the leeway to be able to do so. So I mean, I don't have, yeah, I never have really any issues music wise because I kind of keep up with a lot of it, even though I can't stand the music and stuff that's out now. I just can't stand it. It's terrible. It's terrible. DJ supposed to stay on. Oh, all right, John Collin. Let's see. Let me see what this says. No lasers, hard on the eyes. Tell Solstice that. he's not. He's gonna tell you why he thinks that lasers should be applicable and stuff at an event. I don't think so. Make sure you tell him. And they snapped off the base doing transport. Subs with the Maui at your school events. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I want to bring. I think I want to bring like maybe those subs. Maybe I should try that in my garage and stuff first, and just see if that will even work. Because man, adding those subs on top of those subs, I mean, it really would take all the work out of the top side speaker just to give sound. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring. I think I'm right now at this moment, I will bring two subs on top of the Maui subs and stuff to do at least that big school that I have. So we'll see how that works. That's God, man. I may need like 3 sets of hands in order to set all this stuff up. I wouldn't make it out there. Takedown would probably be an hour and a half to almost 2 hours with what I'm thinking about doing this year. So we'll see. Return right back to Amazon. Kid Cupid. What's the most effective mixing technique you've seen when working a crowd? Do you mix the two or stick to one? Help me out with that, Kid Cupid. When you say am I mixing, I mix the two or stick to one, I'm not sure what you mean there, but the most effective thing that I've found is people have been telling me that I do a good job with journey music, not the group journey, but when I say journey, like journey mixing, like I will start with mainly classics and mix them in a way that they've they haven't heard, or just give them, just the great parts and stuff of it, or even do some quick mixing and stuff with them, and then mix it with something to blend in, and eventually we get to more of the current music, but everybody gets to hear something they want. So Stems has really allowed me to be able to really dive in a little bit deeper and bring different songs and stuff in, and it just gives me, it just opens a whole new set of doors that I was looking for before, because before I was using the high pass and the low pass to be able to try to get as close to an acapella and stuff as I could, but it just didn't sound the same, because you had these low vocals to take out the low pass and stuff on there. But now I can just change the drum pattern. I've got a whole new song, or I can just play an acapella of a song if I need to play the whole thing and put multiple beats. It's just endless possibilities. So quick mixing, and I will also say just mixing variety has been number one A+ for me. It literally has, like, it has done wonders and stuff for me. That has been the main thing. I think that's why I get the majority of my callbacks. So hopefully that helps you out, bro. DJ Banks, that's what's up. You and DJ Bar got me into it. Lost motivation from a bad gig. Oh yeah, one thing I'll never do. Let me see if I can, so you guys can see that. One thing I'll never do, DJ Banks, is let one gig define me. It is rough on me whenever I don't have the gig that I expect to have. However, I know that comes with the job. Everyone is not going to be a banger, but I just try to make sure that my bangers outweigh my duds. And as long as the bangers outweigh the duds, you're doing something right. Because if you're getting a call back, that's all that matters. You're getting a call back, that means you're doing your job. So, I know people say the client matters the most. I get it, but if you're doing your job, the client will be happy and you'll get the call back. The main thing is to get the call back. And that's what I've prided myself on, is getting the call back. DJ Fath, I bring plywood. Wait a minute, what does that say? Let me look right here. Plywood painter green for speaker bass and DJ booth bass. Really? It seems like that would just kind of be like an extra step. But hey, if it works, bro, I mean that is fantastic. If that works for you, definitely use that. I've just never seen that before. I don't think I've ever heard anybody. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever done that. Bring plywood painter green for speaker bass and DJ booth and DJ booth bass. I don't think I've ever used that before at any function, or ever seen it used. Kino Charlie, so the client has to pay for any water damage per contract? Oh. If you don't have that in your contract, it needs to be put in there immediately. Look, I know all you guys go through the same stuff that I go through. If a client has a drink and sits it on your speaker, and that drink spills over and shorts out the back, or if it's raining outside and you don't have a clause in your contract that says you are to be protected from weather and stuff like that, probably more like rain. I mean, you can a lot of us can't predict like natural disasters like a tornado and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be a wedding if there's a tornado watch anyway. However, if it's raining, if you know it's going to rain or there's a possibility of rain, the DJ, it's in my contract. I have to be sheltered. I have to be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because somebody's going to come out of their pocket and pay for everything, and it's going to be a lot of money. You thought your wedding was a lot of money? Try replacing all my equipment. So yes, put that in your contracts. If you don't already have it, do that now. All right, let's see here. Kino Charlie, I did a college gig years ago, and the whole dance floor was wet with liquor, people dancing on the stage, and it was wild. Yeah, I mean, that was, let me so you guys see that. That was what every single college gig was for me. Like, I knew going in, I used to always ask them for a stage, but that didn't help. I mean, people were throwing beers, people People were falling with liquor in their hand. People, I mean, it was bad, man. It was bad, and I couldn't stand when they used to give the kids the option of beer, wine, because I'm like, you're gonna give a kid who's probably gonna get drunk off of wine. I mean, they weren't a kid; they were at least 21, but it was probably gonna get drunk off the wine, and they're gonna spill it all over my whites. So I just always made sure I had black setups and stuff every single time I did a college gig. I didn't really dress it up a lot. If you go back to some of my old gig logs and stuff, you'll see I did not dress up those gigs a lot at all because I just knew what was coming. I knew what was going to happen. So I just tried to, just prepare myself. So yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. Beer soaked floors. Good luck getting your equipment and having to wipe all the cords and stuff down. Oh, I do not miss that. Some weddings are like that now, though. I mean, to be totally honest with you, some weddings are like that now. It's crazy. I think my first one I had this year, the floor was, white and black. And when we were done, that thing was like shiny, like somebody had just mopped it. Like it was beer soaked. It was pretty bad. One sub at 80 hertz with, hmm. John, you may have to elaborate on that. Maybe I was talking about something before. I'm not sure where that's from. Wow, 49 years. That's amazing. Salute John Cole. Yeah, salute to him for 49 years. Why not have Solstice as a guest? Why not have Solstice as a guest? What? Solstice? Oh, come on, man. Solstice don't want to be on here. Crazy, man. Solstice he likes to watch. He's not a person that gets on and does all the talking and stuff. I mean, have you seen his videos? I mean, he don't like to talk at all. He like to get on there and throw music on. You don't want to. He want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Just joking, Solstice. Yeah, we could probably do a collab and stuff soon here and get you on. Because I definitely want to get on, as much talent on this channel as I can. I just want some talented individuals to grace the channel and definitely give us some great insight to their emergence as a DJ. So that's fantastic. Solstice, yes, lasers, incredible in pictures and videos. I got decent amount of clients that want them club feel. See, club feel. I try to use that as a selling point. Oh, it looks like a club and stuff in there. And most moms are like, well, I'm not going to somebody's club. So, and that's just a Southern country thing. They don't want to do all that stuff. So no lasers. You won't catch me doing a laser and stuff. Maybe at a couple of kids events or like a black light event or something like that. But no lasers. And you got to set projection zone so it doesn't hit their eyes on the camera lens. Yeah, I agree. I know how to do that. Like dropping, mixing, blending, hook drops, playing multiple verses. Okay, so yeah, Kid Cupid. I like I said, I'm more of a quick mixer and stuff like that. I definitely love blending and beat matching. I can drop just a hook and stuff. I've done a lot of that stuff, but one thing that I don't like to do is play multiple verses. I do not like to do it. I'll play it on like slow songs and stuff like that, but look, to me, these people have heard a lot of these songs a million times, but I just want them to hear it in a different way. I want to give them a different way to hear some of the same songs that they've heard before, and I think that's what helps separates me from DJs in my area. Because I think a lot of DJs will let verse number 2 go and then maybe come out, and then there's some in this area to play the whole song. So I'm just somebody who wants to get up to that. My goal is to get up to play enough music to where you can get up to like 200 per wedding or something like that. Like 225 per wedding, something like that. Like that's going to be tough to do, but if you quick mix fast enough, you can get through some stuff. It's almost like club style, but the way I want to do it, it just has a good flow and a good feeling and stuff to it. So that's the goal and stuff. You set one, you try to get to it. So we'll see what happens. DJ Window, quick on the mix, a musical journey. That's exactly right, bro. Denny D. Stems is a game changer. It definitely is. Denny D. Variety in music is key. Absolutely. For Outside on the Grass. I think we talked about that. Hopefully we did. DJ Fath. I don't know. I'm just catching up with some of these. DJ Duco. I hope I said that right. What BPM do you start during dancing? I usually like to jump right in the hundreds, right in that 115, 108, somewhere around there, and just kind of go from there. Unless they ask me to start off with like an anniversary dance or something like that, where I've got to start off with a slow song. But for the most part, I like to, start off right in that 100s to, you know what? Maybe I should start in those 80s. I don't know. I've just had much better luck starting in the 108s to 115s because um, those are kind of like that sweet spot, that kind of gets people on the floor, and then from there I can actually take it to the 125s and the 130s, or I can come down. Either way, it just depends on the crowd, and sometimes I'll go ahead and sometimes I'll go backwards. So just depends. Normally, I will say that when I go backwards and go like down to the 90s and 80s, uh, I usually don't make it back up to the 130s for some reason. It's like, there's so many songs down there. So many songs down there. Solstice, haha, I'll be on there. I tried to run down the equipment. Show good stuff in my gig logs. All right. Lou Primo, I don't believe how DJs thinks clients should be responsible for all their equipment. If you're renting DJ equipment, I get it. Things break as a part of doing business. Like, okay, let me just show you guys that so you can see that. All right, so now Lou, I totally get what you're saying, bro. I totally get it and stuff. Here's the thing that I'm talking about. Um, at these gigs, you get a lot of people who are intoxicated. You get a lot of people who are just kind of reckless and stuff with their movement. And, I understand the accidents and stuff do happen. But if you accidentally fall into my $800 projector or $1,000 projector, am I just supposed to just buy that myself? I mean, I've already paid for it once. I'm not going to pay because you tripped and fell in it again. And the client's going to be responsible for that. And another thing with like rain and stuff like that, like, look, we're giving heads up. I'm telling you ahead of time. And when you sign the contract, there's two things in it. One, you don't get a deposit back. It says that in the contract. And two, is if it's going to be bad weather and you've decided to have your event outside, I must be covered. I mean, if I'm not covered and something happens with my equipment, it is definitely a liability to the client. It is. That's just how I see it. That's just how. Look. I don't think it's a bad thing to think like that. I think if you and the client are on the same page, it shouldn't be a problem. That's just my philosophy. But I do understand where you're coming from, where you shouldn't have to make the client do this, that, and the other. I get it. But if there's no understanding, I get that. But if there's an understanding and there's a contract in place, why wouldn't the client have to honor the contract? I mean, contractors have to honor the fact that the person who is having them build a home, that they're building it correctly. Otherwise, who's to blame if something goes wrong when they move in? It's got to be the contractor, right? Because the client didn't build that. So it's just one of them things, man, where it's just it can be a catch-22, but somebody's got to be held liable. Um, Turn DJ Solstice into a talking head. Laser's definitely a geographical thing. Yep, absolutely. DJ Faf, did you need a new or more powerful laptop for stems? I didn't. My Windows Spectra 360 actually did the job. It did it. I didn't have to upgrade my laptop and stuff with it, thank goodness, because I heard it could definitely be a nightmare. But no, I did not have to upgrade anything. John Collin Book, when you added stems to your Spectra laptop, did you have the issue with no sound and use workaround? No, I didn't. It's like the beta version worked, and then I got rid of the beta version because I just wanted to see what it looked like. I think I like tried a few songs, and then I was like, I got to get rid of this thing. I went back to 2.6, and then when I reinstalled the real version, no, I didn't have any issues. Not one. Not one with sound, anything. It worked right away. Lou Primo, totally agree with deposits and covers, but bring your own tent if it doesn't hurt the own one. I mean, that's true. I'll do that stuff on some events, but yeah, I've just learned just over time that, you know, I mean, if there's everybody should be prepared and stuff for weather. So hopefully they are. John, the workaround when not connected to the controller in play mode. Yeah, I didn't have any issues. Like I was working with it and stuff today, and you know it was fine. I haven't had to update or change anything in the latest Serato because of the stems update at all. Everything's been great. I agree with protecting your equipment with a contract. Also, get some insurance and recover your equipment. I mean, true. You just got to watch some of the. You got to watch out for some of those clauses in the contract because I've heard a lot of people get really ripped off from some of these DJ insurances because, I mean, who really has insurance and stuff for that? Oh, man. DJ Primo, DJ Sosis uses a strange DJ program and controller, not Serato record box and virtual DJ. Looks like that's a jab. Oh, man, you guys have been great and stuff this week, man. I really appreciate you guys chatting with me and stuff, man. I had a great time. I hope my energy and stuff was a lot better this week. Once again, I really want you guys to come back out next week so that we can chat it up and talk to Silver Knight. He's a great DJ. I want you guys to be able to meet him and follow him. He is fantastic, and I think we're just going to have a great time in general. So next week and Thursday, 7 p.m., we'll talk about upcoming gigs because I have 2 events next week, and we'll get ready for those to get back in the swing of things. I'll let you guys know how the basketball game and everything went from this past week, and we will chop it up with DJ Silver Knight. So I really appreciate you guys as always, and we will see you all again. Any comments if you're watching this on replay or questions, leave down in the comment section down below. I'll get down there as soon as I can. We will see you guys next week, and make sure you're living to strive, not to survive. Appreciate you guys, man. Have a good week. Peace. Much better show. Much better show. Oh my God. My energy was better. The stuff I had to talk about was longer. Questions was coming through. Like, that's the kind of show that I like to have. I had 14 people in there watching and stuff, and it was good. It felt good. Yeah, I felt so much better. And even like I'm leaving the thing up right now, looking at the chats, and people are like, great chat, have a good night, thanks, we'll be here next week, appreciate all that you do. Oh man, it's crazy. I feel so much better this week.